This is the Throttle Out Show, presented by Vixen Industries, the only show where monster truck drivers and mechanics come together to present what's happening in the monster truck community. It's the ultimate combination of torque, horsepower, and trash talk. And now for your hosts. First, straight out of the heart of Detroit Rock City, it's Kid Rock's neighbor and former driver of the BKT ride truck. It's Austin Spence. And the duo deep in the heart of Texas, it's the show owner and daughter of a man who conquered the industry for over 20 years. It's Harley Johnson, along with everyone's favorite Bryce Kenny lookalike, Austin Tweedy. So go ahead, fuel up, strap in, and remember, when in doubt, throttle out.
Good evening, ghouls and boys. Happy Halloween, everybody!
Halloween!
What's up, y'all? Happy Halloween. Hope you had a great day. You're going to have an even better night. I know y'all got a lot you could be doing out there, and you're choosing to hang out with us. We greatly appreciate it. I think we're going to have a great show. I can't wait till you see our other guests. We know you saw a little clip of them in the intro, but Harley, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is our first time.
This is going to be a fun episode.
We're using a different streaming platform tonight. I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but there's something a little different about our setup. We hope y'all enjoy this. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. But let's go ahead. Let's get Austin Spence on the wire. Let's see what he's up to. Where's he at down here? Here's our boy Spence. Oh, damn. Look at him.
Oh, man.
Creepy looking son of a gun.
What's up, guys?
Man, we're just glad to be hanging out with you. Happy Halloween to you and your family. Hope y'all had a great day. You're going to have an even better night. And Spence, we got somebody else we want to bring on with us tonight. It's his first time joining us. I guess it's his second time joining us. But why don't you go ahead and bring our new guest in, Spence?
So I guess we shouldn't really call him a guest. He's more of a really good friend of ours that we used to work with in the Monster Jam circuit out of the Paxton shot, Mr. Cooper Knuckles, joining us tonight. What's up, Cooper Coop?
I can't breathe. This mask is suffocating me. It's the worst decision I've ever made, and it smells like dog poop.
Oh. Okay.
I knew I shouldn't have grabbed it out of the trash.
Well, I think we got some things we're going to cover first. Maybe we're going to get down to let's recap what happened in the weekend first. I think that would be like the lower end on the totem pole of everything that we have to discuss tonight. Everything we have to cover is just what's happened this past weekend, and it's just going to escalate from there. So, Harley, you kind of know what happened this past weekend. I'll let you kind of talk about.
Open my phone for me.
Yeah, I can open your phone for you.
I have these gloves on. I can't even open my phone. What
show you want to start with, Dora?
Let's start with the Dayton, Ohio show.
Let's start with Dayton. Okay.
All right. For the first show in Dayton, Ohio, we had racing, skills, and freestyle, and the overall win go to Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger, of course. And then Brianna Mahone took home the Donuts win in show 1. And then in show 2, we had Jack Brown take home the racing win, Tyler Menninga take home the skills and overall, and then Brianna Mahone take home the Donuts and freestyle win for show 2. And show 3, Corey Rummel got his racing win. This was his last Monster Jam show of the year for Corey Rummel. And then Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger took home the skills and overall win for show 3, and Brianna Mahone took home the donut and freestyle win. And there was also a pretty well-known face at Monster Jam in Dayton, Ohio. Roman Atwood, who's a pretty famous YouTuber.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Got the special treatment this weekend in Monster Jam.
I mean, Coop, Spence, y'all put in your 2 cents on that. I mean, how do you feel about Roman Atwood just coming in on the scene and just getting special treatment like that?
I mean, I didn't even know Roman Atwood was still kind of, around, to be completely honest. Like, I knew he was big, like, a long time ago, making pranks and stuff on YouTube, but I didn't even know that he was still around doing his thing. Now, I know Roman Atwood has actually been a really big monster truck fan because he actually did a partnership with the Botters a while ago with the Smile More monster truck. So kind of promoting his brand. So it's kind of cool seeing that, he gets like the whole special treatment. But I mean, I wouldn't really call him a celebrity, I guess.
I mean, to some people he is, I guess. If you're a super fan of
him,
you know.
True. I mean, I guess to the kids, it's really cool, but to guys like us, I have no idea who he is.
I don't know. And Spence, I've heard you talk about this before, that this actually bothers you when you get guys who have busted their ass their entire career trying to work up to a certain level, and then somebody walks in because they got a big-ass Twitter following, and now they're getting this backstage treatment, and they might even get to drive a truck. Spence, I know that bothers you a lot.
It doesn't bother just me. It bothers a lot of guys that get in this industry because, this industry was founded by good old boys that bust their ass and, work day in, day out to work on these trucks, in the slight hope that they may get an opportunity to get behind the wheel of a truck. And for somebody, just because they got a pretty face, they got a decent following, or blah, 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 it's like, well, you're good with talking to people. We want you to drive a truck. But they have no idea how to drive anything outside of a damn golf cart or a moped. Here's a 1,500 horsepower, 10,000-pound truck to go destroy every weekend. Yeah, it pisses a lot of guys off. I think they need to go back to bringing crew guys and people that actually work on the trucks the opportunity to actually work on the trucks again.
Well said, Coop. What's your 2 cents on that, big boy?
Buff
Spider-Man.
Much change. He pretty much said it all, really. I don't really know the guy that well, so I don't really want to say anything that might offend somebody. Just looking out for myself at this point.
Smart moves.
Well, I think maybe we can go ahead and get to our next show, which is what, Harley? Is that Reno?
Reno, Nevada.
I think yeah.
See, we had not a new driver, but a different driver behind the wheel of Scooby-Doo this weekend. We had Armando
weird.
Castro fill in and drive for Scooby-Doo. Reasoning unknown, I guess.
At this point, yeah. We have some speculation. We're actually going to keep our mouths shut when it comes to this. And when everybody else finds out is basically when we'll talk about that.
So for show one, we had Brandon Vincent and Gravedigger sweep the show, took all the wins for show one.
Sweep it. Get the brooms
in Reno,
out.
Nevada. And then Armando took home the freestyle win, show two, in Reno, Nevada. And then Brandon Vincent took home the rest of the wins for show two. And then show three, we had our guy David Too Tall take home the racing win in Jurassic Attack. And we had Brandon Vincent take home the skills and overall win for show three. And then the Rockwell Red truck, driven by Jeff Souza. Is that how you say his name?
Jeff Souza.
Souza, take home the donuts win. And Armando took home the freestyle win for show three. And I believe there was a show four today.
There was a show four, and I actually have some bad news from the show. Our guy, David Too Tall Olfert, blew a freaking motor today, y'all. Sent a rod right through the damn oil pan. So, Spence, that is motor number 5 for Too Tall this year. Coop, you know what it's like to go through motors, okay? You know it. I know you know what that's like. I don't even know we need you to discuss that. But I would like you to talk about what that does to a team, what that does mentally to a team who works so hard, the drivers as well, day in and day out, especially being on the independent squad. Coop, what's that like to lose a 5th motor in a year's time?
So basically, I've only actually lost 2 motors in a show. It's the worst feeling that I've ever felt really during a show, because at that point you're like, wow, this rest of the day is going to suck. Because, well, I guess not for them. They didn't try to make it back, because I guess it's an arena, didn't they?
Yes, it was an arena. Yep.
Yeah. So like a stadium, with, especially because Josh made it famous, change a motor during a show, we have to try.
Right.
So it makes it awful. It's awesome if you get it done. But it's just the whole, your mood goes way down, and it's just not that fun at all.
No. And they still want to stick a camera in your face and do an interview during the whole process.
Exactly.
Now, I think we should go ahead and talk about who's joining us now. We got a lot of people watching. We got Taylor Andy saying he can't take Tweety seriously. I appreciate that.
Neither can we.
Yeah, Paige Johnson, I can't either. I hate that it does that. Austin Tweedy is a clown. Oh, I appreciate that.
Close enough. At least you're going after you.
And then Monster Jam Daily giving us the results for show 4 today. Armando won skills, and then Brandon won everything else. And there's still another show, and he said in about an hour where he's at. So still not done for the weekend.
Still not done. No,
really?
Them Monster, they just love to crank out shows,
They
man.
do.
I mean, We've seen him do Monday shows before on multiple occasions now. That might be a thing of the future. And then, Coop, I just want you to talk briefly. You don't have to go into a big, long spiel about this, but I would like for you to discuss what it's like to do these 2 shows a day in stadiums and doing these 3 stadium shows in a weekend, what the toll that took on all the crew guys this past season.
Starting off, it wasn't bad. Then we got to the point to where the drivers started getting more comfortable and breaking the truck a lot more. And I crewed for Tom, so that made it worse. He broke a lot, so a lot of long nights. And then, of course, helping everyone else that's in their separate trailers. It was a whole lot of late nights, no sleep. It felt like you were there forever, but it was only 1 month. And we did like a whole 2 first quarters, I think, in 1 month, I believe. It was awful. I did not enjoy it. I need more sleep. But hey, they made their money.
Now, Spence, what are you thinking about as far as this weekend? It's Halloween weekend. I know you got things that you want to discuss tonight. Why don't you go ahead and reel us in on something you would like to talk about Halloween 2021?
So, as you guys may know, we've been doing this big challenge with my really good friend, Mr. Taylor Andes, where we basically really put him through the poor meat grinder when it comes to our monster mashup generator thing, where he has to, we put certain categories together where he would have to combine into making a completely custom truck. In the very beginning, we had, I believe, Austin Tweedy's very favorite Hellraiser movie to combine with Hot Seat.
Yeah, boy.
Immediately right off the bat, he wanted to quit. He's like, I don't want to do this. Like, I just, he's like, I've never seen this movie. He watched the movie. He's like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh, we agree. They're terrible movies.
Yeah.
But he just loves the character Hellraiser. That's
awful movies.
Yeah.
No, we can't get that out there in the clear enough. I think the best one was number 3, and personally, it's because I'm probably biased to the very, very end of the movie. You have Hellraiser being played by Motorhead, which is the only reason I actually really like that movie. But
that's the only reason we watched those movies is so we could hear the song.
As you were saying, Spence.
Yeah. So we go into the next one. We had, I believe it was Twix. It was Halloween candies with, I believe it was Amsoil Shock Therapy. So Shock Therapy and Twix, and that was a very interesting combination. And then I was like, man, how can we top this? So I decided, you know what? What's the scariest thing in the monster truck industry? Well, it's company trucks. So we had to take Independence and combine it with a company truck, which was Black Pearl and Gravedigger. That came out to be Pearl Digger, which was phenomenal, awesome work.
Yeah.
So to finish off Halloween, Taylor has been a man on a mission. So if you follow him, he posted his very own custom of the brand new exclusive Son of a Digger from Spin Master that recently came out. Did an awesome job of that. Then he made a Bad News Travels Fast with the Saw theme with Jigsaw. Instead of being the kid on the bike, you had Jigsaw on the side. Super badass. So the very final truck Taylor is going to end Halloween with is one that he's done before, but you wanted to bring it back with some new taste to it, and that's Nightmare Jester. So go ahead. Is sinister looking. It is awesome.
This looks really good. I really like this.
Yeah,
Matt, if you're seeing this, please do this for one Halloween.
We are going to be huge fans of the Jester truck, obviously,
Yes.
Harley. But, oh my gosh, this just looks nasty, man. Like, we need more of this in the monster truck world.
We really do. We need more sinister, dark-looking designs because everybody's so, fluorescent and, really kid-friendly. And the darkest thing we have in monster trucks is Gravedigger, and even that's more cartoonized more than anything. We need more sinister, dark stuff like this. So I love this. I think this is the best Nightmare Jester Taylor's ever done. So awesome job, Taylor. Can't wait to see you make a turkey truck for Thanksgiving.
Now, I wanted to bring up something. This is the interesting topic, I think. So I don't know if y'all been keeping up with Joey Sylvester lately, but Joey Sylvester is currently in the running. This is more Wheels Up Wednesday discussion we're going to talk about on Sunday night because it's a special episode, Halloween edition. Mm-hmm. Joey Sylvester has been in the running to snag a sponsorship from VP Racing Fuels. I'm going to talk a little bit on why I think that is great, why that is huge, why I think everybody who's listening tonight should go and vote for this guy, regardless of whether you like the guy, you're a huge fan. That's besides the point, and this is why. Spence, you and I have talked about in the past how there are really no big sponsors in the sport, in the motorsport of monster truck, and we still can't figure out why. Is that because a certain big company has basically ruined the potential for any big sponsors to come through and, take care of a monster truck team? We've never really been able to get to the bottom of that, figure out why. If Joey Sylvester lands a VP Racing Fuel sponsorship, this could be huge for the entire monster truck world, okay? We're talking sponsors who want to come in and play ball now, saying, okay, if VP's willing to get in, okay, well now maybe, I'm just throwing this out there, maybe Ford decides they want to get back in, right? Maybe Chevy decides they want to get in and get their hands dirty finally in the sport of monster trucks. This could be huge if Joey Sylvester, who is now in the top 40 out of thousands of applicants, if he somehow lands a spot of getting a sponsorship from VP Racing Fuels, this could be huge.
And honestly, I think it'd be awesome because Joe has such an awesome opportunity with the Outlaw monster truck drags. Seeing different classes of monster trucks, which obviously you're never going to get rid of freestyle. Freestyle is a huge part of the show, but seeing that he's bringing more of the competition side back to monster trucks, and not only that, but having multiple classes, having the mega trucks, or what he calls the pro mod monster trucks with the 48-inch tire class, or the miniature monster trucks, which honestly I would love to see more of those. But it also raises the question, it's like, well, a lot of people don't want to spend the money to build a half scale when you could build a decent full scale at that price regardless. And then you have the pro monster trucks, which you got to see Alan Pizzo, you got to see I think it was Souza that also went out there in Kamikaze at the show I went to, then obviously Joe Sylvester. So I would love to see a big sponsor kind of step in, willing to dish out that kind of cash towards the Outlaw Thunder drags and be able to make it more of an actual series rather than just, a pop-up here and there. Because honestly, going to that show, it felt so much like an old school four-wheel jamboree. You had a big car show. You had the pit party, obviously. That's a huge part of every single monster truck show that you go to. He also included some local RC club, which, we haven't seen a lot of, promotions really do a lot of stuff with some of the RC crowd. And that used to be a big thing in the early 2000s, where when Traxxas was a big sponsor in monster trucks or in Monster Jam, and would go out, and a lot of people would go out and destroy their trucks during like an intermission. But I think seeing VP, if Joe manages to get this sponsorship with VP Racing Fuels, it would open up a lot of doors and maybe raise a lot of eyebrows, and maybe a lot of people will open their eyes to say, hey, monster trucks are trying to be a more legitimate motorsport rather than being just solely on the entertainment side of things.
You got a question there from Thomas. I want to know where you can vote. I believe if you just go to Joey Sylvester's Instagram, okay, go to his Instagram, and I think it's on his story. He's got a link posted there. We actually went and we voted earlier, and it'll take you to like something. You actually have to, it's a legit voting process too. It's probably more legit than the actual freaking election that we had in the U.S. They try to verify your email and make sure you're a legit outfit before you go in and cast your vote. So yeah, go to Joey Sylvester's Instagram, check out a story, vote for him there to get this VP Racing Fuel sponsorship, regardless of whether you're a fan of the truck or you like the guy or not. That's besides the point. We need big-time sponsorships in the sport of monster truck, and this could do us really good. Now, Harley Joe, I think we got a little segment we want to break wide open for everybody tonight. Halloween edition. You and I saw some earlier today. I was like, hey, we did a monster truck version of this. I think we can nail this. It would be a good topic. Why don't you go ahead and start reeling that in?
Which topic are you talking about?
Let's talk about scary things in monster trucks.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Sorry, I was totally lost there.
You forgot the keyword, Tweety.
Okay. So the topic that we saw earlier today, we were thinking of if we were in our own trucks and we were scared to go up against somebody in a certain competition, who would they be and why? And I chose, or my topic was racing, and I chose Ryan Anderson. He would be that I would be terrified to be up against in a stadium just because of how good he is on the track. Almost every single show he was at this year, he either just got the racing win or was second or third. He was out there just killing it.
I mean, I don't know that I would necessarily disagree with that. I mean, talk about one of the baddest drivers in all of monster trucks. And I'm just saying, I mean, think, Spence or Coop, being a first-year driver, and you're like, hey, got Ryan Anderson, first round. That's scary.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, really bad cough right now, guys.
I hope he's gonna make it out there. Coop, you had a topic. Your subject was donuts, my man.
Correct.
All right.
Mine would be donuts.
So if you were a driver in the MT world, independent or company, doesn't matter, or an independent in the company, you're about to go out in donut competition, okay? And you are, I don't know, you're in first place right now, but this guy comes up to bat. This guy right here, who are you picking to be afraid of? Who are you picking who could possibly take you out in donuts?
Well, the obvious answer is Tom Mintz. One of the best in donuts, thanks to that beautiful ZF chassis. Look at her spin.
Very well said.
What makes this truck so special then, Coop? I mean, besides the ZFs, I mean, why is this truck so damn good at donuts? Is it Tom? Is it the truck? I mean, what's going on here?
It's just Tom knowing how to really lay down a really good donut, where he eventually kicks the two tires up in the air, so it basically turns into a two-wheel donut, which I don't see many company trucks or anyone else really doing this. He can just get it going really fast, and it's really nice.
Good. Whoa, that was crazy.
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
I gotta agree with you though. Tom Mintz, you're talking about how he'll go ahead and he'll kick two wheels off the ground. I think it's amazing when he does his donuts and he kicks rods through the damn blocks, but that's just me personally.
Yeah, I mean, until you gotta change it, it's okay, I guess.
It's scary, is what it is. Now, my topic was
very scary.
my topic was a skills competition. I didn't necessarily pick skills. I waited till everybody got their rounds out of the way, and I decided to go with skills. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to pick an Anderson for this. I'll get away from an Anderson or a digger truck, and I'm going to go with somebody who has just been killing the skills competition basically since it's been invented and implemented in every competition at Monster Jam. I got to go with this guy right here. Tristan freaking England. Okay. This is him in Megalodon. He's typically known to be driving the Earthshaker in arena competitions, but this guy has won 3 years in a row in arenas, okay, mind you, and not driving a Gravedigger truck. Now he's starting to drive more of a fan favorite truck, I would think, but he also made Earthshaker popular, y'all. Made that truck popular, just kicking ass and taking names. I'm going with Tristan England. That's my pick. That's who I would absolutely be afraid to go up against in a skills competition in monster trucks. Thoughts on that, y'all? Anybody want to disagree with me on that or nah?
I don't want to disagree with you. It's just kind of it just kind of makes sense because it's like he made Earthshaker popular. Do you think that's the reason why Monster Jam decided to put him in Megalodon because they needed a good driver to make the truck popular again?
Oh, shots are being fired on the show, and I love it. I love it, but I mean, I agree though. They need a heavy hitter. I think that's why they put Adam in Megalodon this past year, and they realized, hey, when we really need to get Adam back in Gravedigger. It makes more sense that he is the main driver for the Black and Green Wrecking Machine. So let's put somebody else who's a hard hitter in Megalodon. Let's put Tristan England. Now, I mean, we say all that. Tristan's going back to Earthshaker as of right now, anyways.
Yeah, as of
first
right
quarter,
now.
Going back into Earthshaker.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you saw that on the Monster Jam website, but don't believe everything you see on the Monster Jam website. I mean, I believe half that roster says that they're going to be touring, but nobody really knows for sure what's going to be happening in 2022.
Yeah.
You got that right. Now, last on our list, obviously, is going to be freestyle. And Spence, that was your pick. And sorry, y'all, if you see me, looking down here, I'm looking at the screen. Spence, you had freestyle. Go ahead and tell us why you had your pick for the freestyle competition.
I feel like I don't need to explain why because the name and the legacy behind the name speaks for itself. Is Jim Kohler an Avenger? I mean, he is Mr. Excitement, leader of Team Scream. I don't care what Digger, I don't care what Max D, I don't care what other company BS you want to put out there. Mr. Excitement, Jim Kohler, is always and forever will be the man to beat in freestyle competition. So if I ever had to line up in any kind of event, whether it's an independent show, a Monster Jam show, even if it's a car crush, if Jim Kohler's there, you got to bring the A game. But I only know how to drive a ride truck, so I wouldn't know the first thing about skying a truck 40 feet in the air.
I mean, I'd say he's definitely. You called him Mr. Excitement. That's been his name this year, Spence. He was almost. We called him Mr. Consistent. He was out there winning racing. I think he won racing multiple times this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if not winning races. I mean, he was staying within the top 5 for a good amount. In the beginning of the year when they were really trying to get the ball rolling, coming back to arenas and stadiums. Him and Corey Rummel. When you got both of them two together inside of a stadium event, it's absolutely crazy. And then now, coming into 2022, you have all of Team Scream, all 4 trucks competing in Monster Jam Stadium events. So I'm really, really curious to see how Team Scream is going to be doing next year.
That's right. I totally forgot they're going to have all 4 damn trucks on the stadium. That's good. That's going to be nuts. Or I don't know. Maybe it's going to be convenient. They're going to have all their trucks. They're going to have all their parts there. I don't know. Maybe make it easier on them.
I mean, they got a fabricator as good as Corey Rummel. I'm sure they'd be able to make anything work, honest to God. So I think they'll be completely fine. It's the Feld guys that we should be worried about next year.
I don't know about it.
What do you mean?
Or at least on the mechanical side. Corey, I'm going to say he sabotaged.
No, here we go.
Oh.
Here we go, baby. Coob Knuckles.
During the show, with Blue Motor and Donuts, we told Corey to go grab the new mag. He went up to our dance floor, grabbed the new mag, put it on the table next to the old one. And grabbed the old one and put the old one back in. Nah, he didn't mean it. It ran. It just broke after it ran. So he didn't mean it. I know he didn't mean it. It was just really funny at the time. It was just one of those moments like, bruh. Of course. This is going to happen now.
I got to say, this is so nice now. We got Coob Knuckles joining us, basically fresh out of retirement, crewing at Monster Jam for a few years. And now he's been the guy who's really helping us out, getting us the inside scoop on some stuff there at MJ. Now he's going to be hanging out with us. Coop, it is so nice to have you on the show, man.
I got all the secrets.
Let's hear him, man.
Not yet. We're going to wait a little bit.
Yeah, we'll wait a little bit. I mean, it kind of sucks. Now we don't have an inside scoop. We don't have a mole at Monster Jam because he's hanging out with us every weekend now.
I got my peoples. I got other moles. I made a colony of moles, so they're in there. They're in there.
Well, this next segment is brought to you by our sponsor, also known as the throttleoutshow.com, where you can go and get 31% off all of our Halloween merch today. Only sale ends at 11:59 p.m. tonight. Harley, this segment, we're going to be rating drivers' costumes from worst to best, right?
I don't think we should do worst to best.
No?
I'm down for the worst.
No, okay. I guess we're doing worst to best then.
Are we including
Should we pause on each?
I feel like we should.
Yeah.
I feel like
Okay.
we should, like, pause
Okay,
on
let's go back. Let's try and understand this a little better then. Okay.
Explain who he is and the meaning.
Bari Musauer,
Yep.
driver of Zombie, wearing a Coming to America outfit. Okay, I watched this movie once a long time ago. Absolutely love the movie. I think it is ironic considering that both Bari and myself, amongst Cooper, you were with us in South Africa, right? Or no?
I was not.
I could.
No.
Sorry, I couldn't remember if you were with us or not. But when we were down there, there were jokes going, flying around about Bari. Let's go into South Africa and wearing a Coming to America outfit. I think a lot of this kind of stems maybe from that discussion. I don't
Prince
know.
Hakeem, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That's how you say it.
But this is awesome. Okay, I personally love the hell out of this. Bari, you win in my book. You totally killed it. Bari Musauer, driver of the Zombie Monster Jam truck. Now up next, Harley. I know you were a big fan of this one.
I think she killed it, being Cruella de Vil.
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
I think it fits absolutely, being Cruella DeVille, and I'm surprised we didn't have the picture of her holding onto the Dalmatian, toy. I think that's a good fit. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is a really good fit for Cynthia. So I think this is one of my favorites, honestly, out of everybody so far.
Coop, you have something you want to say?
I don't know. My bold Spider-Man outfit is a little better. No, it fitted pretty well. I like it.
Up next on the board, who the hell are we looking at here?
This is Ryan Anderson as who is it, Spence or Coop?
This is Steve from Minecraft. It's a game on your computer or Xbox or whatever. Basically, it's like building blocks for kids and adults. And I find this hilarious that Tweety has no idea what any of this is.
No idea.
Just kind of goes to show that Tweety never plays video games ever.
Doesn't have the time to.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. I don't know. I think this is a very weird outfit. And this is just me personally. But
Why
this
is it weird? If you played the video game, you'd understand.
I guess. I don't know.
It's a great game.
Freaking weird.
It is.
Now, here we go. Here we go.
I don't know. I kind of like this. I kind of like this costume with the big eyebrows.
What in the hell is going on here?
This is
Adam Anderson as the mayor from How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
the mayor of Whoville.
I see it now.
Oh, okay. Now I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say 10 out of 10 with this one, Adam. You nailed this. This is awesome.
My Lord. Did Bryce only go as the Mohawk Warrior? I feel like that's a very Bryce thing for him to do. Oh my gosh, Buddha going as Maui from Moana. That is
This
the
is
best.
the full crew from Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live this weekend.
Oh my Lord,
Man.
is
I
that
love the
Darren?
Maui
Is that
costume.
is that Darren Schnell as Buzz Lightyear?
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh.
Is that supposed to be? Shoot, what's his name? Nah, never mind. I already lost his name. Forget I said anything.
I have no idea, but it's awesome. They flipping killed it. Whoa, we got some pirates over here.
Okay. All right, the doctors. It's not bad. Not bad.
Hey.
I think seeing Morgan Kane as Paw Patrol. That's adorable.
I love it. I don't know what's going to be my favorite out of all of them. I'm going to go with Adam Anderson being the mayor of Whoville. I think that is so random. I would have never thought that to be. I mean, clearly I'm dressed as Frankenstein over here. Would have never thought to be the freaking mayor of Whoville. So Adam, you got my vote. Harley, who's your pick?
I think Cynthia has my pick. I think that just fits her so well, being Cruella and driving Dalmatian. I mean, it just fits so well.
Coop.
There in that one big group photo in the very back, there's a crash test dummy. He won my vote.
Papa Spence.
I gotta go with I gotta side with Harley. Cynthia with dressing as Cruella DeVille. That was perfect.
All right, what else we got on the board here, y'all? I got people blowing up my phone over here. Happy Halloween, everybody. But what else we got on the board, Spence? What are we talking about?
Well, obviously we're talking about monster trucks, and honestly, we should, since we're coming up to the end of the year, we're going to be running out of content here soon. So we should
That's when
probably start
our Throttle Out Show awards come in here pretty soon.
We do.
Right?
Oh, that's right.
We're
We're
put on
gonna
one
be
of
doing
those
that.
shows.
I think
yeah.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait till Monster Jam does their awards ceremony. We're gonna see how legit that is, and maybe we'll try to do like a one-off version of that. But we will be doing an awards ceremony right here on the Throttled Out Show. We will be separating for some categories in particular. We will be separating the independents from the company drivers. I think it'll go down really good. I think y'all appreciate it. But like Spence said, we're going to be running out of stuff to talk about because shows are going to be stopping come, the beginning of December. So we want you, the fans, just kind of take the show, put it in your hands. What would you want to see from us? What could we cover? Would we want to do another open mic night? We could totally do that if y'all are interested in doing something like that.
I got an idea. We should have a karaoke night hosted by Cooper Knuckles.
Oh. Oh. Immediate no.
Well, it was an idea. I tried, guys. I thought Cooper was going to do it. Oh,
I'm
man.
on
yeah,
board
it
with
has
it.
been.
Question: what was your guys' open mic night? What was that?
Our open mic night was it this past Wheels Up Wednesday or was it the Wednesday before?
I think it was the Wednesday before.
But it was pretty awesome, man. We invited anybody who's a fan, anybody who just wanted to come on the show and hang out with us, either ask a question or just start a new topic of discussion, take off and run with it. What we're going to do now with our new setup, we're getting familiar with this new streaming platform, but we're actually going to have a timer set. 2 minutes, talk about whatever you want, start a new topic of discussion. We'll go off on a rant for 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes max, and we'll move on from there. Would you be down to do something like that there, Coop?
It sounds really sweet. I guess I missed that episode because I think I was on the road when you did it. No, it sounds really sweet. I'd obviously be down for it.
Can we just talk about for a minute, though? I mean, the weight that is off of your shoulders right now, not being at Monster Jam, not crewing on Tom's truck. Let's just talk about that and appreciate for a minute that you are here with us. You're away from that, man. It's like you got a new lease on life. You got more time for Frosty Boys. Just talk for a minute about that, Coop.
Well, I mean, my shoulders, there's a lot more weight now. But, no, I mean, it was sad to leave for sure, but it was to the point I wanted to be home. And now I do have my own time for my own stuff. As you see, I finally, I moved the wrong way. I got my new computer and all that. I bought a new camera. It should be better than the one I have. I'm excited to start on new projects. It's fun to be on this show. It kind of feels like I was limited to comment whatever I said before. But now I feel like I can really say whatever is really on my mind. It's nice to not have, what would that be? Backlash from the company if I said something. So it's just one of those, I'm excited to see what else happens in the future. I'm just more happy about being home. It was one of those, like, nothing against them. I was just burnt out, was doing it for 6 years, and just wanted to be home with my 2 pugs. Really, and focus on my own stuff.
Here's a question for you, Coop. What's your favorite candy bar and why?
Snickers.
Why?
Because the commercials were the best.
The commercials sell them.
The commercials sold it perfect.
Spence, favorite candy bar and why?
Oh man, I got 2, and I can't choose between either or. One is Charleston Chews.
Okay, that's random.
Yeah, it's a very random one. The other is Twix. But yeah, Charleston Chews frozen are one of my all-time favorites.
Okay.
Okay.
Harley Joe?
Reese's. Those are my favorite.
Ugh.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, peanut butter and chocolate. I can't do it.
I love it so
I guess
much.
I'm going to go with Butterfinger. The flavors
Butterfinger.
just
I never see you eat Butterfingers. When you pick out candy, you pick out everything
I'm
but Butterfingers.
I'm calling this out right now. It's solely because of The Simpsons, isn't it?
How did you know? How did you know?
Yep. Do it. You can't hide that shit from me, bud.
How did you know?
I spoke right through you.
I want to know how he knew the answer to that. How did you know that had anything to do
because
with
you're
The
that
Simpsons?
easy to read. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
That easy. Nice try, bud. Nice try.
Man, I can
I see.
and come as Marge.
I see a comment from Normal Drop 561. I have an idea for something in the future. How about a throttle out monster truck show using BeamNG Drive? Working on that.
Oh, okay. I see that now. Yeah, yeah. What's
Working
that?
on it. So get that in there.
I was going to say, can I commentate?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not
If you
good
want
at the game
to.
at all.
You what?
But I'd like to commentate. I'll wear this.
Okay.
If I have to.
Okay. We might be able to work that out.
We want people with more open mic nights. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Too Tall is out for the whole arena show tonight. He blew a motor again. I guess that we already discussed that, didn't we?
Unfortunately, yes. Number 5 on the year. Man, that sucks. And I just want to talk about that for a second. It's like, okay, sometimes you get a bad batch of motors. Okay, you get a, say, Spence, and Coop, you might know a little bit about this too, but you get a motor in, goes out. Okay, you lose bottom end of the motor, you need to get back rebuilt. And, you go the next motor you go through. Okay, so you get this new one, that you just had rebuilt, put back in, the motor from before. And now you got something wrong with the top end. You know, maybe it wasn't a complete rebuild, you know, but it just it takes so much out of the team, takes so much out of the driver, but the crew guys especially. But Too Tall is a driver crew guy. Okay, he came from crewing, went to independent team, and who is now what I would like to consider a top tier racing team, monster truck racing team out in the league, and he's basically his own crew chief in a nutshell. Man, that just sucks. That really hits a team hard. It hits the pocketbook hard. And there's no getting away from it. You know, he's got to get back, put an engine back in that damn truck, get ready for the next week, and that's just tough. It takes a toll on the team.
See, I'm really curious because on the independent side, it's a lot different than the company side because on the company side, we're essentially bona fide parts replacers. I mean, we're not really allowed to go through rebuild anything. They would rather send it out, have it rebuilt rather than trying to rebuild it. So I've always wondered, you know, are they able to rebuild to a T on the road? Like, you know, you say, oh, you go through an engine, you drop a valve or whatever it may be. Is Too Tall and some of these other guys able to rebuild what they have? Or is it so bad that there's literally a hole through the entire block to where you have to put a whole new engine in?
Actually, Too Tall has the ability to rebuild, depending on what it is with an engine. Obviously, I've watched Too Tall do it before. He's a pretty sharp cat. And there's a lot of these independents out there who rebuild their own engines right there on the damn spot. You know, it's like, and like you said, Spence, you know, at MJ and Coop, you can chime in on this as well. But I mean, you're basically glorified parts replacers to a certain extent because they want that truck back out there on the track as fast as you can get it out there by whatever means necessary. So you got spare parts, put it in there. Don't worry about rebuilding the damn thing. Get it back out there. In the independent world, not so much. You can't just be throwing parts back in the truck just to make another pass. You know, it don't really work like that. You got to rebuild some of your shit. I was working with a team one time. I'm not going to say who it was. Working on a truck, and drive shaft blew, and it blew up. The what's it called back there, Coop? That protects the drive shaft. The drive shaft halo. Am I saying that right?
I believe so, yes.
The halo, it blew it all apart. Yeah, blew it all to pieces, okay? And that happened after skills, I think. And instead of, you know, putting a new piece back in, we literally rebuilt that entire piece, and we missed freestyle, which is really weird to me. I would think you want to get back out and make that competition. But instead of buying a whole new piece and hitting the pocketbook, it was like, okay, missed an element. You know, you got to do what you got to do. You know, tough times, desperate times call for desperate measures, and that's just what we had to do.
Absolutely. I mean, I wish it was a little bit easier in independence. I wish, you know, Monster Jam being the top tier as it is, I wish, you know, some of these guys that go into that competition didn't have to try and reach, you know, that caliber of basically having to destroy your truck an entire night, you know, entire weekend in order to make, you know, just a couple $1,000s, and then you have to move on to the next show. I feel like one of the things that definitely needs to change in this industry is independents need to be paid more. First and foremost, you know, in Monster Jam, you know, we talk about, you know, different types of tours and everything in this industry. In Monster Jam, you know, let's face it, it's like NASCAR and monster trucks. It is the top tier of this industry. However, it doesn't seem like the amount of work and stress you put on yourself and the truck is worth the pay sometimes. I feel like some of these guys are not getting what they're worth. And I feel like that definitely needs to change. I mean, another thing I've heard from somebody who used to run Monster Jam way back in the day when they had the whole deal with Hot Wheels trucks. So everybody, I'm looking at my shelf and I've got over 100 of these damn Spin Master trucks right now. But if you really look at, you know, when Monster Jam was with Hot Wheels and Monster Jam is now with Spin Master, you know, there's a bunch of independent trucks that, you know, were made through Hot Wheels. And from what I heard, you know, the owner of the truck that would sign up to have their truck made or whatever, they would make pennies on the dollar compared to what Feld would make in return. Yeah. So I heard, I'm not going to say who this was, but Feld made, or Monster Jam made $6 million in sales through this particular person's truck in Hot Wheels sales. Care to take a guess how much he got in return through royalties and everything?
Out of bare minimum.
A Big Mac.
What $6,000.
No
$6
shit.
grand.
What?
Out of $6 million.
Whoa.
Out of $6 million, the guy that owns the truck and drives it only brought $6 grand.
Oh my word.
How is
Now,
that fair?
You are opening up an entire new can of worms, my friend, by making the comments that you have we're on to something here. This is conversation, okay? This is conversation where I am not going to reveal driver or team owners' identities. That will be kept secret. Let's just say there are drivers out there. There are team owners out there that just die to get into Monster Jam. Okay, they will do anything by any means necessary to get into Monster Jam, and they're finding out, hey, it ain't the gravy train that we were expecting. Okay, they failed entertainment. Monster Jam might be the highest paid promoter out there. Okay, they might be on paper. What you have to do in order to make that happen, though, that's why they're the highest paid promoter. You know, you end up at the end of the night, you know, some of y'all watching wondering like, hey, how come this independent didn't go out there and do a backflip? How come they didn't go out there and roll over? You know, that truck never rolls over. That truck never wins an element. I've never seen that truck, do a wheelie. Might be a reason for that. It might be out there trying to get a paycheck so they can get some parts built back up so they can get back out and run harder. I know there was an independent guy here a few years ago who did Monster Jam shows just so he could put away money, stash that cash, and run really hard in the independent shows, okay? Guys are getting it figured out now. It's actually more profitable to go run and do independent stuff rather than go to Monster Jam, wad your shit up.
Oh, yeah. You're absolutely right because, you know, it's actually really smart. I know exactly what drive you're talking about. I believe he's out of Oklahoma somewhere. And basically, yeah, you're trying to get that exposure so that way when you go to a fairground event, you go to a local speedway show with an independent promoter. And it's like, oh, I remember seeing that truck on, you know, he competed in Monster Jam, you know, whether it's like someone like Nitro Menace or it's, Stinger or whoever it may be. And you go out to a small show where you, instead of paying $50 a ticket, you're paying $10. And they put on a better show than they ever did for the company show. I mean, look at Jimmy Cretin, look at Zane Ratu, look at, you know, Joey Sylvester. They figured out that, you know, it's better for them to just put on their own promotion and racking the money that way than going and running with Monster Jam. Yeah, they're not doing stadiums, but they're still making more money and their equipment is held together a lot better at the end of the night than it would at a Monster Jam show.
Boy, we're getting heavy now. We're getting into some good stuff.
It's almost like a Wednesday episode.
Yeah, it almost feels like Wednesday up here. And maybe instead of going down that route right now, maybe we will save some of this conversation for Wednesday unless Spence, you or Coop have something that you want to retaliate real quick before we move on from that. I'm looking at questions down here in the comments section, but if y'all want to keep going with that, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I feel like to save some money, they should just keep the two-wheel in the arenas.
Hey.
They take the two-wheel out of stadiums.
Hey.
That saves money. What I've seen. And just so when you're done with racing, you go, damn, we lost. Time for just freestyle. And that's it.
You know how many drivers go out there and racing? They make it out the first round, like, oh, well, we got to go back out in skills and we got to really take it to them now because we went out early in racing. They go out, wad up a 4-link bar coupe. Okay, they're tearing drive lines apart by doing that, landing on the ass end and pogo in and breaking tie rods. And if they just took the damn skills competition out of stadiums, okay, get it out of there. We don't need it in there anymore. It's over. It's done with. It's old news. Let's move on to something else. Get it out of the way. I mean, hell, we've said this plenty of times back, before, but bring back qualifying. Bring back something that actually matters. Yeah. We're finding out now, Harley, that fans are actually crazy about racing. We don't know where that came from, that fans wanted to get away from racing and see different elements. No, fans love racing. We want more of racing.
Skills has put people to sleep. I've seen it happen. Yeah. I witnessed
you
it.
Have. Mm-hmm. You have.
It does.
You've witnessed people falling asleep in the stands before. Interestingly enough, what happened during the skills competition when you and I went to Arlington, not this past trip, but earlier on in the year?
Like in March?
Back in March. What was going on? And this happened in freestyle as well. But what was going on with fan judging? What was going on during that whole competition?
Oh, that no one was voting?
Nobody.
No one was on their phone. If they were on their phone, they were recording what was happening. They didn't care about voting.
You want to talk about something scary? Halloween, scary stories. Let's talk about fan judging and how scary that is, how inaccurate it is, how it doesn't really mean anything.
It's not even real. It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy.
You didn't hear it from me, though. I'm a whistleblower. No, that's the reason when you guys said that more people are going towards racing. It's why we liked racing the most is because it's where you can genuinely win without getting screwed out of something just because of a name or red headlights or you're green or Anderson.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Whatever else, Gravedigger. But
Spence,
yeah.
or I'm sorry, Spence, Coop, I'm going to throw a random ass question at you, okay? Right now, you got to answer this. What's y'all's opinion on Armando Castro driving Scooby-Doo?
It's better than when Jaguar did it.
What?
What? I didn't know he drove Scooby Doo.
Yeah, he drove Scooby one day. That squint-eyed was in the crew shirt and all that. It was amazing. It was really funny.
What are you talking about?
A while ago, Jaguar, I think it's Jaguar, drove Scooby.
I had no idea.
It was funny. It was like a couple shows or one show.
Spence, what's your opinion?
The mask is back.
What's your opinion on Armando Castro driving Scooby-Doo?
Honestly, I'm about as unenthusiastic about it as Armando is. Honestly, if you look at his Instagram posts, he did not seem to care about being in Scooby.
No, I don't think so. Just a random
Did he not
question.
like it?
Who do y'all
It doesn't
think?
seem like it, no.
Who do y'all think will run Gravedigger on the Arena Tour West?
Honestly, I would love to see Monster Jam have a tour without Gravedigger and to see how it does.
Nah,
Whoa.
they can't do that. They already promised there'd be
Yeah,
a Gravedigger
bro.
on every single tour.
They got diggers on more shirts than Max D, so yeah, you gotta have them.
Throw Blake Granger in. Take a Max D driver and put him in Gravedigger.
Yeah, take him.
Here we go, Spence. You're going to love this comment, and I'm going to let you run with this, okay? If I can get it
All right.
if I can get it to pop up
There
here.
we go.
I watch you guys all the time. Can you guys talk a little bit more about the independents and not a corporate sponsor?
Absolutely. What do you want to talk about? Trust me, I want to talk more about independence, but Mr. Todd LeDuc's boyfriend over here wants to talk about Monster Energy. Todd LeDuc leaves every single freaking episode. So
Hey,
please, if you
hey,
want
We
to
haven't mentioned
What's the
Todd
matter with
LeDuc
that?
once this episode until
right.
you brought it up.
That's right.
Spence.
This is
I
true.
don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear
Yeah, he's my chain buddy.
it. You're what?
Yeah, so he now has a golden chain, and I found a golden chain in the parking lot, and I cleaned it off. So I was wearing a golden chain with him, and then I accidentally washed it, and the washer broke it. So I'm still trying to buy one, but he was the chain gang.
And then he figured out he could fix the broken chain, but what had actually happened was his gold chain turned green because it wasn't real. Burn!
Parking lot. I mean, hey, it's free chain. What are you gonna do? I can't afford one.
Hey, check this out. Joe Sylvester actually is watching tonight. Joey, we're voting for you. We're pulling for you. Get that VP Racing Fuel sponsorship. But Joey's comment, what would make the Scooby-Doo truck so much cooler is if they actually did a Mission Machine van truck and the other driver, bell-bottom fire suit, and looked like Shaggy.
Yes,
I mean,
I agree.
Yes, want to see it happen.
want it.
Make it happen.
I'm not going to say that we've said those exact words on the show, but we have talked about the Scooby-Doo truck should have been a Mystery Machine. They actually made a toy. Spin Master made a toy, didn't they, Harley?
Yeah, I've seen a toy.
They made a little pack or something like that that had both the Scooby-Doo truck and the Mystery Machine as a monster truck. Why that has never been an actual concept for a monster truck, at least at Monster Jam, is beyond me. That's beyond my pay grade. I don't do anything to sway the minds, the powers that be at Feld Entertainment.
It'd be easier on the crew guy.
It would be. It's literally a big van rather than a 3D mutt that you have to worry about the stupid ears and the tail every single show.
Oh, the ears.
The ears are worse than the tail. The tail is fine. You can either bend it back or you just cut it shorter, make it a tiny tail. But the ears were awful. Lexi did it for me.
Do you think
We
there
got
will
Trick Cereal commenting.
be big sponsors in independent tours? If so, how long will it take?
Well, we were just talking about that. We're pulling for Joe Sylvester to get the VP Racing Fuel sponsorship. So if you want to help him out, go to his social media and vote for Joe Sylvester. He's in the top 40. We're trying to get him in number one because this industry needs it. The independent side of monster trucks needs more big sponsors, whether that's auto manufacturers, racing fuels. whatever. Hell, I would like to see grocery stores like Target or somebody going over to other things outside of Monster Jam because we need it. This industry needs other big sponsors to be looking at monster trucks outside of just Monster Jam. So please vote for Joe Sylvester in hopes that VP Racing Fuels will sponsor him.
Now, there was a comment. I'm scrolling through right now, y'all. Pardon me. Give me a second. I'm looking over here now. There was a comment from somebody over here. I'm not going to worry about it too much now, but somebody who had commented and said that they bought one of our Attitude hats. Says, remember when in South Carolina, and we appreciate you going to our store and supporting us, keeping this train rolling. Y'all see we're trying something different tonight with our streaming platform. We've got more changes to come. We got to get used to this first, but thank you for supporting us. And you can go, check this out. Yeah, you guys keep rocking. Well, we appreciate you, Joey. Thanks for watching and supporting us. We appreciate you. But thanks for all y'all who actually support our show, who buy our merch, www.thethrottleoutshow.com. Really keeps this train rolling. Really, it keeps us going. And now we got to be able to afford to pay newcomers like this guy on the show, the big butts, to come and hang out with us. And, we appreciate y'all. What else, Spence? What else we want to talk about tonight, Coop?
Cooper, you're getting paid?
Am I getting paid?
You're getting paid?
No.
I'm still waiting on my check.
No, I'm not. I don't even get a discount code at the shop. I guess the Reno show for Feld, where they're at, I think it's not a good location just for how many people were actually there today. From what I was told, it was under 200 for one show.
Whoa!
That's bad.
As of the show that's about to happen now, there's maybe 100 people. It looked like, and there's
Who wants to go out and watch a show on Halloween night?
Well, I mean,
you're not
that's a good point, though.
You're not wrong either.
That's a good point.
I would rather go out and do something Halloween festive than go to Monster Jam show.
Yeah.
Especially in
Time
Reno.
out. Here's the thing. If you're going to do a monster truck show in general, you have to promote it as if it's like a Halloween spectacular. You have to do everything Halloween themed around that in order to draw people in. Other than, you're absolutely right, though, Harley, because, who wants to waste their Halloween night going to a regular Monster Jam show, right? You could be out trick-or-treating or getting absolutely plastered with your buddies at a Halloween party dressed as your favorite Power Ranger. I mean, I just kind of pulled that out of my ass, but you get the point. You go to a Monster Jam show with kids, kids ain't going to go. They'd rather go trick-or-treating than go see Gravedigger win everything in a stupid arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Max D's not there.
What? Say it louder.
Oh, because the Max D's not there.
That's the real reason right there.
You just give it to him at this point.
I mean, Coop, I was going to talk about at the Reno show anyways. The track layout was slightly different for arenas. Maybe it's just because it was a longer course.
Yeah, it was a little bit
It
better.
looked kind of cool, but you're saying it wasn't a good location for a show. So talk a little bit
It
more
looked
about
like a Harper show.
that. It did, didn't it?
Yeah. I'm not saying anything bad about the Harper shows. It's just the layout literally seemed like...
No, it didn't look like Monster Jam. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it looked like... Oh, I dropped something. It looked like it was in a horse barn.
Yeah.
Which I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it just wasn't a good spot. If you can't sell more than maybe 1,000 seats, I'd say don't even go there, to be honest. But if they make their money, they make their money at this point. And good on them if they can pull it off. Yeah.
Word.
Hey, normal drop 561 just commented. I just checked. Joel Sylvester is in the top 20 in voting, 17th to be specific. Could change in a minute if we all go and vote for Joe.
Vote. If you didn't vote in the damn presidential election, we don't give a damn. That has nothing to do with this. Go vote for Joey Sylvester right now. Y'all help this guy out. Get that VP Racing Fuel sponsorship. Come on.
What's he got to get it?
What's that?
I'm not sure. I mean, all we know right now, he's top 20. I mean, he's just got to get more votes to get up there.
I didn't know if it had to be like the top 5 get it, or if the number 1 gets it. I didn't know if it was one of them scenarios.
I think in top 20 they need to have some kind of battle royale and just have them fight for it at that point. And my money is on Joe. I don't know who the other contenders are, but Joe's a stocky dude. I think he can hold his own.
Tug of war on the trucks.
Yeah. There you go. Just a big tug.
Hey,
of war.
I'm just saying. I mean, if I were gonna vote for Joe, other than just the fact that I want to see monster trucks come in, I mean, Joe has got a bad piece.
Oh yeah.
Truck is literally called Bad Habit, but I mean he's got a good truck, man. He's got a good piece of equipment. This wouldn't be like big money's coming to. I mean, no offense, just somebody on the lower end of things. I mean, he's got good equipment. I mean, he would do a damn good job of representing VP. I mean, he's well spoken. I mean, it'd be a good fit. I mean, you're thinking this is the Throttle Out Show sponsored by Joey Sylvester and High Octane Coffee. That's not the case, but I don't know. We need this guy to get the sponsorship though. I'm gonna start handing out flyers tomorrow. Whenever I'm on my way to work.
On your way to work, just pass out flyers.
Just random people don't even watch monster trucks. Vote for Joey.
Link. Yep, link it. He just commented. Link is in his bio on his Instagram. So go check it out. Go vote for Joe. We need this. I don't know who the top guy is. I don't know who the other contenders are for this sponsorship. But honestly, we don't care about any other form of motorsport. I don't care about NASCAR, NHR, whatever. We need big sponsors like this in monster trucks. So help Joe out. Help the industry out. You too can help prevent BS sponsorship in Monster Jam.
What am I plastered on? I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm not.
Plastered, hammered.
This is coffee. It's that. God.
Well, y'all, we are right at an hour, Spence and Coop. We got anything else before we want to sign off, y'all?
I want to go enjoy some Halloween candy and get this crap off my face because I really don't want to explain to people when I'm delivering packages for FedEx why I look this way. So
hey, I gotta say though, when Harley and I went to go get dinner earlier, we were going through the drive-thru at Raising Cane's, and they literally gave us an award for going through the drive-thru dressed up for Halloween. They gave us two free meal vouchers for being dressed up. We're awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Coop?
Try that at the liquor store.
Coop, you got anything else before we sign off, big guy?
Not really. I gotta go steal some kids' candy so I can actually eat something for Halloween. Other than that, it's been fun. I enjoyed it.
I mean, you're literally Spider-Man. They'll just give it to you.
Exactly. Or I'll just rob them.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. Happy Halloween. Save 31% on our merch. Go to throttleoutshow.com. Halloween merch, 31% off. We'll be seeing y'all on Wheels Up Wednesday, baby. Shows with Spence is on its way. All right. Remember, when in doubt, throttle out. Peace out, y'all. Good night.